Day. Each year, this day serves as a reminder of our collective responsibility to care for the planet. Yet, with each passing year, the headlines grow more alarming. Unprecedented heat waves, devastating wildfires, and catastrophic floods. These aren't distant events. They're realities affecting our communities, our families, and our futures. Beyond the physical toll, there is an emotional and psychological weight that many are beginning to feel. It's a growing unease, a persistent worry about the state of our environment and what lies ahead. This is known as climate anxiety, and it's becoming an increasingly common experience worldwide. It's Thursday, June 5th, 2025, and this is Midday Mate. Let's get started.
She's drinking pina coladas and watching Netflix in bed. She's having dinner on the boardwalk in a sports bra to mess with my head. And she's a classy woman. She's got the weight of the world and the bleach blonde hair. She likes the sound of the streets in New York City, but she lives in Bel Air. And now she's feeling kinda wonderful. You're living at your comfortable when no one tells you that you're beautiful. California girl. And you came in heavy like a hurricane. Left your lipstick stain on the back of my brain, singing girl, California girl. Cruising down Sunset, waiting for the sun to rise. Alright. She says that everything gets better, it don't matter, it's just black and white. Okay, and she's a classy woman. She's got a face for the crowd and a bleach blonde hair. She likes the sound of the streets in New York City, but she lives in Bel Air. And now she's feeling kinda wonderful. You're living but you're comfortable when no one tells you that you're beautiful. California girl. And you came in heavy like a hurricane. Left your lipstick stain on the back of my brain, singing girl, California girl. Stop waiting for love, waiting for me, waiting for love. She's got places to be. That girl fell in love with that West Coast world, and now she's feeling kinda wonderful. You're living but you're comfortable when no one tells you that you're beautiful. California girl, girl. And you came in heavy like a hurricane. Left your lipstick stain on the back of my brain, singing girl, California girl. And she's a California girl, like a California girl. Left your lipstick stain, California girl.
And welcome back. You just listened to California Girl by Crash Adams. It's bright, catchy, and all about falling for that one unforgettable girl from the West Coast. She's got sunshine in her smile, confidence in her walk, and the kind of charm that turns heads. The song is a fun, upbeat tribute to that carefree California energy, wrapped in a pop groove that'll have you hitting repeat. Hello everyone, we're live in the studio in Busan this Thursday afternoon. Welcome to Midday Meet everyone. You're listening to us on BEFM 90.5 in Busan and 103.3 FM in the Gijang, Cheongwan, and Noksan areas. And I'm your host, Kimberly. Hello, hello. Welcome to the show, and I hope you're having a good Thursday so far. Let's see what's coming up on the show for today. In hour number 1, we'll start off with Listomania, a daily topic adventure with a list of things that will keep you entertained. And today we're going to be looking at climate anxiety, the hidden cost of a warming world. And after that, we'll have Back to the News. Old headlines, new perspectives, a light and breezy trip through the news of the past. And Claire will be in the studio shortly for that segment. And fast forward over onto hour number 2, we'll have today's quote, a moment to pause during your busy day and reflect on a thought-provoking quote to soothe your mind. After today's quote, we'll have bite-sized banter, a daily dose of light-hearted chatter on a new topic every day with Andrew. And after bite-sized banter, we'll have Don't Make a Scene, where we learn real-life English expressions through movies and drama scenes. And lastly, because today is Thursday, we'll have Living Like a Local. New culture? No problem. We've got tips to help you to live like a local here in Korea. And now, we also have our YouTube live chats with Benny Neem coming in 1등. Hello, Benny Neem. I hope you're having a good Thursday. And we also have Daejeon Jeonjeon님 saying hello and 2등. Yes, welcome to the show, everyone. I hope you're having a good day so far. So let's get this show started. With that, our question of the day and text topic, it is, when do the seasons feel different from your childhood? When do the seasons feel different from your childhood? So when we were younger, I'm sure that we experienced different seasons differently. But now that we're a bit older, when did that shift change for you and what was that change? 계절이 어릴 때랑 언제 다른 것 같다고 느끼나요? Go ahead and send in your answers by texting in pound 9050 or shop 9050, which will cost you 101, or reach us through Kakao Talk. Search BEFM or 부산영어방송 in Korean. Add us and send in your messages for free. And we also do have our smartphone app. Search BEFM or 부산영어방송 in any of your app stores. You can listen to our programs and leave us comments after logging in. And now, everyone, I'll be right back with Listomania after the song. Here is Sunshine by Tyga featuring Janet Aiko and Pop Smoke.
Yeah. Baby girl. Come on.
Sunshine, I could call you my baby boy. You could call me your baby girl. Hit me up, we could spend time. Lately you've been on my mind.
I know you wanna chill with a player, but all you gotta do is keep it real with a player. Just answer your phone whenever I call. Hold me down, pick me up whenever I fall. I like 'em short and tall, slim and thick. I like 'em cute and sweet, ghetto and fit. Hop your ass in that Benz cause you like my style. You know me, I do anything to make you smile. I need a lady in the street, sneaky link. Gotta watch how you move, what you get is what you see. Out of sight, out of mind, but I still adore you. Just hit me on the FaceTime, I never ignore you. You know pain is love, but my love is loyal. I know you heard stories, but that was before you. Can I see C and Christian Dior? You ain't worried about girls, cause you know this all you, right?
Sunshine, I could call you my baby boy. You could call me your baby girl. Maybe we could link tonight. I could be your sunshine. I could call you my baby. Call me your baby girl. Hit me up, we could spend time. Lately you've been on my mind.
I know you wanna chill with a player, but all you gotta do is keep it real with a player. Keep it real, and maybe
we could spend some time.
Look, I need that real love talking Bobby Whitney. And I keep it with me. I don't got no girl, I'm picky. Cause I gotta know you with me. Cause she get sticky. That's why I keep it glizzy. Ride around through my city. Just in case I see her dizzy. Not my everything. Good than Alexander Wayne. Come from a broken home. Now she got the finer thing. Sport peanut butter rain. 11 carats on the rain. I spoil my who said love don't cost a thing. I saw you in front of the Louis store. With your Louis fur. Coolin' with your girls. Honey blonde hair, thick thighs. Nice hazel eyes. Bag got Italian stitches. You know how to pick. So I hopped out the coupe and I hopped in pursuit. Like it's Big Poppy Lobster, Mr. Spinning Rovers. Look up, my face is on the poster. You don't got no ring, that's a sign. Baby, swing your line.
Sunshine,
Yeah.
I could call you my baby boy. You could call me your baby girl. Maybe we could link tonight. I could be your sunshine. I could call you my baby boy. Call me your baby girl. Hit me up, we could spend time. Lately, on my mind.
I know you wanna chill with a player, but all you gotta do is keep it real with a player. Keep it real, and maybe
we could spend some time. I could be your sunshine. Let me light the way. I could be a brighter day. You'll be my sunshine.
And welcome back, everyone. That was Sunshine by Tyga featuring Jenny Aiko and Pop Smoke. And now it's time for Listomania, a daily topic adventure with a list of things that will keep you entertained. And today we're going to be talking about climate anxiety, the hidden cost of a warming world. So first, what is climate anxiety? In Korean, we call it 기후 불안, also referred to as eco-anxiety. This is characterized by chronic fear of environmental doom. The American Psychological Association recognized it in a 2017 report, highlighting its impact on mental health. Dr. Britt Ray, a researcher at Stanford University and author of Generation Dread, describes it as this, quote, "A natural and healthy response to the ecological crisis we face. It's not a disorder, but a sign of our deep connection to the planet," end quote. While not classified as a clinical condition, climate anxiety can lead to significant distress, affecting daily functioning and overall well-being. Young people are particularly susceptible to climate anxiety. A 2021 study published in The Lancet surveyed 10,000 individuals aged from 16 to 25 across 10 countries, and the findings were striking. First, 59% reported that extremely worried about climate change. So they were very worried about this big change that's happening in the world. 84% were at least moderately worried. So we still have a big chunk of people worried about this. And over 50% felt sad, anxious, angry, powerless, or guilty. One respondent poignantly asked, "Why should I study for a future that may not exist?" This sentiment reflects a deep-seated fear about the viability of the future, influencing life decisions and mental health. So, climate anxiety doesn't affect everyone equally. Marginalized communities, including low-income families and people of color, often face the brunt of the environmental degradation and have fewer resources to cope. Dr. Susan Clayton, a psychology professor at the College of Worcester, notes this, quote, "Climate anxiety can exacerbate existing social inequalities. Those already facing systematic challenges are more vulnerable to the psychological impacts of climate change," end quote. Moreover, the discourse around climate anxiety has been criticized for its lack of inclusivity. Sarah Jaquette Ray, an environmental studies professor, points out that the conversation often centers on white, affluent individuals, sidelining the experiences of marginalized groups. So as you can see here, what does this mean? It means that climate anxiety and climate change is going to affect those in the marginalized communities first. And it's going to make social inequalities even bigger. So there's already a set change, right, from the 1% and from everyone else. And because of this, we're going to see even a bigger gap where the lower income people are going to face the consequences of it more. So what can we do? Looking ahead, the generation born between 2025 and 2039, children that are going to be born soon, often referred to Generation Beta, is projected to face lots of environmental challenges. According to UNICEF's 2021 report, nearly 1 billion children are already at extremely high risk due to climate change impacts. These children will likely experience more frequent and severe climate-related events, such as increased exposure to air pollution. We think that we already have air pollution now, but think of it later, there will be more. A greater risk of water scarcity, so maybe we won't have enough water. And also heightened vulnerability to diseases. The psychological toll on these future generations is a pressing concern, emphasizing the need for proactive measures today and not tomorrow. So, addressing climate anxiety requires both individual and collective efforts. So, experts suggest open dialogue. creating safe spaces for discussions about environmental concerns, which can validate feelings and foster community support. So we need to talk about the problem. Don't just push it under the rug. We need to talk about how climate change is actually shifting our world and how global warming is affecting it. Next, we need active engagement. Participating in environmental initiatives such as tree planting or local cleanups can provide a sense of agency and purpose. So, say that you don't know if there is anything around here, specifically in Busan. What can we do? Going out to the beach and just picking up little bits of microplastic will definitely help the earth. When you go out there, there's lots of trash out there, so when you are on a stroll or on a walk, go ahead and help the earth by picking up some trash. Dr. Britt Ray emphasizes the importance of active hope. Taking action, no matter how small, can transform feelings of helplessness into empowerment. Community-based approaches, especially those led by the youth, have shown promise in mitigating climate anxiety by promoting resilience and solidarity. So if you see children out there also picking up trash, go ahead and encourage them, motivate them, or even join them so that they can see an adult figure also being a role model, taking care of the earth also. So, as mentioned in the beginning, today is World Environment Day, also known as 세계 환경의 날. As we reflect on the state of our planet, it's essential to acknowledge the emotional landscapes shaped by this climate crisis. Recognizing and addressing climate anxiety is not just about mental health. It's about fostering a society resilient enough to face environmental challenges head on. Remember, while the path ahead may seem daunting, collective action and empathy can pave the way for a more hopeful and sustainable future. And that was our listomania for today, climate anxiety. So again, climate anxiety, as we call it, is 기후 불안. So many of us are worried, I don't know if I should have children because the world is already so polluted and it's going to get worse. We hear that narrative a lot. But what are those people actually doing about it then? Are they going out and ahead and having open dialogue? Is there active engagement in the community? So instead of having our climate anxiety, let's stand up and do something for the earth instead. So go ahead and pick up some trash. Go ahead and use your 3 R's, reuse, reduce, and recycle so that we can make this world a little better for our future generation. Again, today was climate anxiety, the hidden cost of a warming world. And with that, everyone, let's take a song break. Here is 7 by Jungkook featuring Lado.
Weight of the world on your shoulders. I guess you're wasting ease of mind. I must be favored to know, yeah. I take my hands and trace your lines. It's the way that we could ride. It's the way that we could ride. Think I'm meant to win another life, so break me up another time. You're up around me and you give me life, and that's why night after night I'll be loving you right. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 7 days a week. Every hour, every minute, every second. You know night after night I'll be loving you right 7 days a week. You love when I jump right in. All of me, I'm a foreign. Show you what devotion is. Deeper than the ocean is. Wind it back, I'll take it slow. Leave you with that afterglow. Show you what devotion is. Deeper than the ocean is. It's the way that we could ride. It's the way that we could ride. Think I'm meant to win another life, so break me up another time. You're up around me and you give me life, and that's why night after night I'll be loving you right. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 7 days a week. Every hour, every minute, every second. You know night after night I'll be loving you right 7 days a week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 7 days a week. Every hour, every minute, every second. You know night after night I'll be loving you right 7 days a week.
take your soul. Take your phone and put it in the camera roll. Leave them clothes at the door. What you ain't for? Better come and hit your goal. He jumping in both feet. Going to the sun up, we ain't getting no sleep. 7 days a week, 7 different sheets, 7 different angles, that could be your fantasy. Open up, say, ah. Come here, baby, let me swallow your pride. What you want, I can match your vibe. Hit me up and I'ma cha-cha slide. You make Mondays feel like weekends. I make him never think about cheating. Got you skipping work and meetings. Let's sleep in, yeah.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 7 days a week. Every hour, every minute, every second, you know, night after night, I'll be loving you right 7 days a week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 7 days a week. Every hour, every minute, every second, you know, night after night, I'll be loving you right 7 days a week.
And welcome back, everyone. You just listened to 7 by Jungkook featuring Lado, and I'm your host, Kimberly, and you're listening to Midday Mate. And now, our question of the day and text topic, it is, when do the seasons feel different from your childhood? When do the seasons feel different from your childhood? 계절이 어릴 때랑 언제 다른 것 같다고 느끼나요? And I have an answer here from Benny saying, for me, when I am now in my post-college era, it feels different. From post-college. You know, for me, I am not quite sure when it changed, but from this question, it made me think of the past and how, you know, in the different seasons, they were very specific. Like, you knew it was spring, you knew it was summer, you knew it was fall. And I felt like at least back then, all the seasons were at least a quarter of the year. Kind of. Back then, yes, spring and fall were still a bit shorter than the others, but it didn't feel like spring was only 2 weeks, which I feel like it is now. Although this spring was very nice and long. But I think with the whole climate change and everything that's happening, we do feel a sense that summer is long and winter is long, but the other two are quite short. But let me know what your answer is. 계절이 어릴 때랑 언제 다른 것 같다고 느끼나요? Go ahead and text in by pound 9050 or shop 9050, which will cost you 101, or reach us through Kakao Talk. Search BEFM or 부산영어방송 in Korean, add us, and send in your messages for free. And we also do have our smartphone app. Search the same thing again, BEFM or 부산영어방송 in any of the app stores. You can listen to our programs and leave us comments after logging in. And with that, let's take another song break, everyone. Here is 여우야 by 2개월.
서글픈 비만 내려오네 내 마음 너무 안타까워 이제 다시 볼 수가 없기에
처음 만났던 그날도 비가 왔어 우산도 없이 마냥 걸었었지 너의 눈빛 촉촉히 빛났지
이밤 너에게 주고픈 노래 너만을 사랑하고 있다는 걸 들어줄 사람도 없이 빗속으로
흩어지네
너의 이름을 불러보지만 다를 수 없다는 걸 알고 있어 긴 밤을 꼬박 새우고 빗속으로
어느새 새벽이 오고 있어
없다는 걸 알고 있어 긴 밤을 꼬박 새우고 빗속으로 어느새 새벽이 오고 있어
And welcome back, everyone. You just listened to Yoya by 2개월, and now it's time for our Thursday segment of Back to the News with Claire. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
How are you doing today?
Very good, very nice weather.
Yes, it's getting warmer.
A slightly warmer.
I can feel
for my
it.
liking. But yes, I can manage this.
Yes, I can manage this for now.
Like about this level.
And I hope it stays like this, but I know it won't.
I wish.
Well, we have Back to the News today, everyone, your favorite public radio segment, where we revisit everyday innovations in the changed way that we live. So we're going to be looking at some old news in a new way.
Yes, I'm here to help unpack today's topic, navigation. You know, Kimberly, it's wild to think that getting lost used to be a regular part of traveling.
Yes, definitely. I remember road trips, not even road trips, going to like a new dental office with our map, or we would print out the directions from the online thing. We had to flip through the whole thing, and it would never fold back the way that it was supposed to. And then we just crumple it up and put it in the glove compartment.
Yes, I remember getting into actual arguments with my friends over how to refold the map. Not in that way. It's the other way. And if you miss the turn, panic mode activated.
Definitely, because we didn't know, like, we printed out this way, but if we take the wrong turn, how are we going to get back to?
I have to figure out as the next sit.
Right. And not to mention asking strangers at the gas stations. And they'd help you and give you directions like, turn left at, like, that place, the next crosswalk.
That thing. And they're like, right, it felt like a team sport getting to your destination. Someone's holding the map, someone's reading signs, someone's stressing out in the backseat.
Yes, definitely. And these days, you just, type in the address and your phone guides you turn by turn, whether that be in a vocal way, if you turn on the GPS, or if you just have it on. It's second nature now. We forget how life-changing that was, really.
Yes, the first big wave of digital navigation came with those clunky GPS devices. Remember them?
Yes, I do. But unfortunately, my parents didn't want to buy it. So I was actually, even though they were big and clunky and, bulky, I was a bit more jealous of those people who had the
actually
GPS.
Can use it.
Yeah. Because for us, we were still printing directions. But then, all the time I felt like there was a robotic voice saying recalculating.
Yes, yeah. Oh, I remember that. I have one that was obsessed with highways. It once told me to get on the freeway just to go to 2 blocks. And then it would reroute in a panic when I didn't.
Oh, so it kind of make you go a different route when there was an easier way.
And it wanted to pay me some fees, right?
Still, they were still game changers, though, in the past. And then suddenly, solo travel wasn't so scary after all. You could go anywhere without needing a co-pilot per se in your passenger seat or a panic-prone navigator.
Yeah, and then came smartphones with real-time traffic, voice commands, even walking directions. I once used mine to find a seafood spot tucked away in a hillside street in Porto, Portugal. Magical.
Oh, same here. One time I went to Japan by myself and then I turned on my phone navigation and map and it just told me where to find the next ramen place I was looking for.
Yes. They keep getting smarter. Predictive traffic, alternate routes, speed camera alerts. It's like driving with a tiny genius in your pocket.
Definitely. Although total reliance does have its own downside though. I've seen people miss their own streets because they were waiting for the app to tell them where to turn. It's like turn right, but then it didn't like go all the way.
No.
And then you missed it and then it's like turn right and then you have to like go all the way forward.
That's right.
Make a U-turn and come back.
I've done that too. The app said in 300 meters. And I just floated past my driveway like it didn't exist.
Right? And if the signal drops, say that you're in a tunnel a long time ago, it didn't work that well. Like in the 1800s, all over again. We didn't know where we were going anymore. And suddenly you're squinting at the road signs and trying to find your way back.
Yeah, I remember there's certain spots. I think it was certain spot in Sydney as well. So every time it goes under the bridge,
Right.
the GPS goes like crazy. So it's just, it keeps like spinning around, it's trying to find its way. But now I know, now I knew that it will go crazy at this point, so I'm more cautious about it. But that was, and some schools are even bringing back map reading lessons.
Yes.
Can you imagine kids today trying to use a compass?
Yes. I remember I was also having a class at the international school and we were teaching them how to read a map. And then as I was teaching it, I was like, when will my students actually need this? Like I had to teach them what a key was and what like north,
The
south,
reason,
east,
yeah.
west and everything. And yes, I was like, this is good. I'm sure that they'll learn something from it. It was fun for them. But I feel like a lot of my students were like, why do we need this lesson?
Exactly. You need to give them a reason to, why you need to read this.
Yes, but seriously, there is a safety element too. So voice directions mean drivers can focus on the road. So when their phone is, telling you audibly where to go, we don't have to wrestle with different paper maps or, fight with our friends.
Yes, and it's been a game changer for so many jobs. Delivery drivers, rideshare, even emergency services save time and lives as well, thanks to smart navigation.
It's also changed urban planning. Cities now use traffic data from apps to adjust the light timing and ease congestion within traffic. So navigation isn't just for individuals, it's reshaping how we all move together.
Yes, but let's not forget the unexpected side effects. Quiet neighborhoods suddenly flooded with shortcut traffic. Some even put up fake signs or plant fake potholes to keep the peace.
That is next level resistance right there. It's technology versus tranquility.
Yes.
So is it tech or is it peacefulness? You've got algorithms clashing with people just trying to enjoy their front porches.
Yes, some places are even experimenting with limiting app-based rerouting through school zones or residential areas. A kind of digital zoning law, if you will.
That's very interesting. A reminder that even helpful tech needs community feedback. It's not just about convenience, but also balance.
So yes, it's not perfect, but it's definitely one of the most transformative everyday tools we have, and it keeps evolving. AI, AR overlays, crowdsourced traffic, even real-time hazard reports.
And we barely notice it sneaking into our lives, right? I feel like when we're talking about maps, it's like, oh yeah, that was a long time ago. And then, oh yeah, GPS systems, who uses that anymore? And then it was built into your car.
Yes.
And then now we don't even use that. We use the ones on our phones for some reason.
Yes, and maybe next time you have arrived, take a second to appreciate how far we've come.
Yes, definitely. So this was definitely a good topic to talk about how navigation systems have changed from print into the digital world. And with that, everyone, let's take a song break. Here is Spicy by Espa.
Too spicy. You want my A to the Z, but you won't. 어림없지, 맞춰 맞춰봐 sweet gonna freak what's hiding underneath I see 망설이 득한 보는 너 기회는 없어 oh. No you won't get it nah you won't get it I say 깜빡한 순간 끌어당겨 you'll be mine 살짝 다가와 can't cross my borderline 날 가뿐하게 했던 everyday 흥미로운 덫을 던져줄게 뛰어들어봐 just right now Cause I'm too spicy for your heart Bring the fire alarm 심장이 파고들어 너 I'm too spicy 번지는 자극 속에 너 바로 그 순간 또 다른 나를 발견해 I'm too spicy I'm too spicy Don't stop 겁내지 마 Hey bang bang 맞춰봐 I'm too spicy Yeah I'm too spicy You know that I don't stop 여기는 봐 Hey next time myself I'm too spicy I'm too spicy Tell me what you see when you look at me Cause I am a 10 out of 10 honestly 기세가 다른 move 널 압도하는 groove But you keep wasting your time you Don't chase me 경고인 날 You raise me 멀리 달아나 Hey 이제 나겠니 원래부터 bad I'm so bad honestly So bad 전부 가질래 지금부터 call you mine don't mind 질 거면 don't cross my borderline 뻔하기만 했던 everyday 이제 그만 룰을 벗어날 때 어렵지 않아 just right now Cause I'm too spicy for your heart Bring the fire alarm 심장을 파고들어 너 I'm too spicy 번지는 자극 속에 너 바로 그 순간 또 다른 나를 발견해 I'm too spicy I'm too spicy Ready? 좀더 강도를 높여 down 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 One of a kind 우린 한계를 앞서 wow 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 That's right Cause I'm too spicy for your heart Bring the fire alarm 새로운 도전 끝에 너 I'm too spicy 변화할 시간이야 너 지금 이 순간 So hot 또 다른 나를 찾아내 I'm too spicy I'm too spicy Don't stop 겁내지 마 Hey bang bang 맞춰봐 I'm too spicy Yeah I'm too spicy You know that I don't stop 여기는 봐 Hey next time myself I'm too spicy I'm too spicy Cause Yeah I'm too spicy for your heart Yeah I'm too spicy for your heart 마치 내 번쩍 enjoy Yeah I'm too spicy for your heart I'm too spicy I'm too spicy for you
And welcome back, everyone. You're listening to Midday Mate, and we're in the middle of our segment of Back to the News. You just listened to Spicy by Espa. So now let's get back into it with Claire. We just talked about navigation systems, and we're going to shift now into mobile banking. Mobile banking.
Yes, seriously. Remember when banking meant taking a number and waiting in line with strangers under fluorescent lights?
Yes, we would have to actually go to the bank, everyone.
Yes, physically.
And get little slips of paper. You fill them out like you're defusing a bomb so carefully you didn't know what you're writing. And don't even get me started when you forget your pen and you have to use the pen at the bank.
Or worse, grabbing a pen didn't work. Or every pen that I picked didn't work. So you'd end up scratching out numbers and making the teller disappear your scribbles like it was an ancient code.
Those bank tellers. I kind of miss them, the ones that I had in America. Some of them knew your name, asked about your life because you would always go, reminded you to pay some bills. It was like a good community there.
Yeah, now it's just me, my phone, and sometimes an app that says, oops, try again later. But hey, it's mostly smooth.
Yes. And it all started with our ATM. So when ATM started happening, you didn't have to go inside the bank anymore. And it was that first moment that cash would just magically come out of a machine. And it started from there.
Yeah, then came internet banking. Remember using a dial-up connection to check your balance? You click submit and go make coffee while it loaded.
Oh my goodness. I do not remember that. Maybe that skipped me.
I think so.
And now here we are. Mobile banking apps with fingerprint login, real-time alerts, and built-in budgeting tools even for us.
Yes.
It's like your bank moved into your pocket and brought snacks.
I love how some apps literally congratulate you. Good job saving this month. And then they will ask you, what's your goal for this month or this year?
That's true too.
Thanks, app. I needed that win.
There are even apps that round up your purchases and invest that change. So say that you had to spend like $15.25 for something. They would then round it up to $16. And then the 75 cents would be put into a savings account.
Oh, okay.
There are some like that. And, you know, I bought a coffee and accidentally contributed to my retirement fund. The efficiency there.
Yeah, and during the pandemic, mobile banking wasn't just helpful. It was essential. People couldn't or didn't want to go to the branch, and banks had to step up their digital game.
Yes. I read a statistic that said mobile banking adoption jumped nearly 30% in some regions in the year of 2020. So that's not just a trend, it was a shift and transformation in how we live.
Yes, it also leveled the playing field for people in rural areas or with mobility issues. Mobile banking opened up access to services they couldn't always reach.
And it's made global banking even easier too. So for
yes.
foreigners like me living in Korea, where I also have a bank account in America, I would send money abroad or do that, and then it would be less than maybe 10 seconds, get there maybe 2 days.
Yes, I remember it took like a week, like few days before.
Yes.
Now it's like maybe within a day. And also it changed how we split bills. From who has cash to send me your QR code. Or send me. But we don't even argue about it anymore.
Right. And my group chat has a rule. No one leaves dinner until everyone's settled the transfer. We all have to make sure if one person paid for the whole bill and they're not treating everyone,
Yes.
send that money now before they go home.
Speaking of which, Kimberly, pop quiz.
Ooh.
If I say two-step verification, what's your response?
Needed, mandatory, necessary. But sometimes a bit annoying, yes, I know. Especially when I forget which device has my backup code too.
That's fair, but it's all part of staying safe. Mobile banking comes with risks. Phishing scams, fake apps, data leaks, but the security tools have gotten strong too.
Yes, there's also facial recognition, transaction alerts, biometric logins with your finger and stuff like that. I even got an alert once when I tried to buy something from a website that I never used, and my app asked, "Was this you?" Like it was a concerned friend or something.
Yeah, mine once flagged me for ordering sushi from a different city. Honestly, it was thoughtful.
But not everyone feels confident. Older users in particular sometimes hesitate to go digital, and that's why some banks now offer digital literacy training. But I also do have someone like this in my close family. One of my uncles, he does not use mobile banking at all.
Oh, my auntie as well.
He said that, you know, he doesn't trust the internet or the phone because it could get hacked.
So that actually helped. My auntie doesn't use any mobile banking. And actually she got the phishing text and she clicked it. So everything ruined. But because she didn't have any mobile banking, she didn't have to change anything. She just had to change numbers and phone. But money was safe. Because
Yes.
nothing was gone.
That's
So
good.
I think in that case, that helped.
Yes. So there are some people who don't like mobile banking.
So, and my aunt downloaded her bank's app, another aunt, and she was terrified. Now she sends me screenshots of her transaction to show how tech-savvy she's become.
It's sweet, and it shows that with support, anyone can really adapt to this change.
Yes, and the transparency. We now get instant feedback about our spending. Remember when we had to wait for monthly statements in the mail?
Those thick packets of mail. I still remember I would get them all the time because I didn't go digital back then.
Yes.
I would get packets of how much I spent that month, and I was like,
I remember pages of them. I was like, did I really use this?
and it wasn't even like the font was big or anything. It was small and it was multiple
like
pages.
3.95, 2.99,
Yeah.
all those.
But yes, they were, you know, different. But now we just get a ding, and then it tells you how much we spent, a notification on our phone.
But like the second one is vital. The emergency ice cream budget kind of account.
Yes, there are some like that where you can have saving goals and it'll tell you that you've met it and then it'll say you can spend your money now. But really what's changed the most is our mindset.
Yes.
Money feels a bit more active and not static anymore. It's something we manage in real time, not just review at a month's end.
And that builds better habits. When you can see your daily spending, you're more mindful about it.
Yes, true. Unless you ignore the alerts, which I am kind of guilty of.
Same here. But hey, awareness is the first step.
So yes, I remember when I started getting my mobile banking, I had 2 different apps for the same bank account.
They had that kind of thing too.
And then I had 2 like double alerts. Like you just spent 1,500원 for coffee and then another one would say 1,500원 for coffee. I'm like, I know. Leave
But
me
in
alone.
Korea, you get the carton message and SMS message double.
Yes.
Telling me that I spend so much.
So now I stop the text messages and now I just get the app notification.
Yes.
And then what do I do? Just swipe.
I don't even
read
care.
it anymore. But we should because we want to be mindful of our spending, everyone.
Awareness.
Yes. So let's summarize then. Mobile banking transformed how we bank, when, where, how, and also even why.
Yeah, and it brought the bank to us. It democratized access, and it gave us tools to be smarter with our money.
And it's still evolving and changing, everyone. Who knows? Maybe someday we'll have voice-controlled finance bots that will negotiate bills for us. You know?
Oh God, I would love that. But until then, if we've got the next best thing, apps that empower, inform, and yes, occasionally judge our snack habits.
Yes. And spend too much at the 편의점. So whether it's navigating winding roads or navigating your finances, these everyday tools have completely reshaped how we move through the world, literally and financially.
And the wild thing is they did it so quietly. One app update at a time, one push notification at a time, until one day we just couldn't imagine life without them.
Yes, and that's why I love this segment, because those quiet shifts that ended transforming our daily routines has really made an impact on us.
Yes, I really hope today's journey helped you pause and appreciate how far we've come and maybe look at the little blue dot or budgeting app a little differently. And I'll be back next week with another story of everyday innovation. Until then, stay curious, stay aware, and maybe back up that GPS just in case.
Thank you, Claire, so much. I have a message here from Benny saying mobile banking is super popular over there. Yes, I don't think I could live without it anymore. Well,
Yes.
Claire, thank you again so much. I'll see you next week.
See ya.
And everyone, that is the end of our first hour. I'll be back at 1 p.m. after the song. Here is Air 405 by JD1.
어제까지만 믿어봐 first night 눈에 좋네 너 at first sight 아무렇지 않게 될 때야 묘한 더 drop 반대로 되지를 않대 띵 울려버린 내 볼살이 처음 보는 답이야 너 너를 안고 싶어진다 Hey 나를 사로잡은 기분 뭔데 어딘가에 오류가 난 것 같아 왜 너를 보면 설레냐고 난 정말 알고파 너의 data Error code is 4-5 Error code is 4-5 yeah 아무데로 튀는 지금 이거는 겪어본 적 없는 신호 아무렇지 않게 될 때야 묘한 더 drop 반대로 되지를 않대 띵 울려버린 내 볼살이 처음 보는 답이야 너 너를 안고 싶어진다 Hey 나를 사로잡은 기분 뭔데 어딘가에 오류가 난 것 같아 왜 너를 보면 설레냐고 난 정말 알고파 너의 data
From Busan to the world, feel the power of Korean culture. Now, Busan is ready to play a song that will touch hearts around the world together with global fans. 문화와 바다가 만나는 도시 부산. 열정과 희망이 가득한 글로벌 관광 허브 도시 부산. 글로벌 K-pop 팬들이 하나 되는 축제 부산 원아시아 페스티벌. 한류 콘텐츠의 심장이 부산에서 뜁니다. The place where the Korean wave begins. A cultural hub blending tradition and innovation. 늘 새롭고 머물고 싶고 다시 찾고 싶은 도시 부산. Play, work, live, 부산. 이 캠페인은 부산의 관광 가치를 창조하는 글로벌 플랫폼 부산관광공사와 함께합니다.
부산의 축제 어디까지 즐겨보셨나요? 과거와 현재, 미래가 공존하는 항구도시 부산. 이곳 부산은 계절을 물들이는 다양한 축제로 늘 풍성합니다. 봄의 시작을 알리는 봄꽃 축제부터 부산의 여름을 만끽하는 바다축제, 전 세계 영화인들이 모이는 부산국제영화제와 새로운 시작의 해맞이 축제까지. 부산의 축제는 우리의 열정을 가득 담고 있습니다. 바쁜 일상은 잠시 뒤로 하고 특별한 시간을 선물 받는 바로 이곳 부산에서 우리의 삶은 축제가 됩니다. 축제로 하나 되는 부산. 여러분은 어떤 축제를 기다리시나요? 이 캠페인은 대선공익재단과 BFM 부산영어방송이 함께합니다.
My school, my story. School reporters are bringing you the latest news from their campus. From April to December, the school reporters will cover all the exciting moments of school life, bringing you student voices, campus news, and special interviews. Catch the broadcast every Sunday from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Don't miss the chance to hear our student stories on the School Reporters broadcast.
The time is now 1 o'clock.
One touch and you got me stoned, higher than I've ever known. You call the shots and I follow. Sunrise but the night's still young. No words but we speak in tongues. If you let me I might say too much. Your touch blurred my vision. It's your world and I'm just in it. Even sober I'm not thinking straight. Cause I'm off my face, in love with you. I'm out my head, so into you. And I don't know how you do it, but I'm forever ruined by you. Ooh. Can't sleep cause I'm way too buzzed. Too late now you're in my blood. I don't hate the way you keep me up. Your touch blurred my vision. It's your world and I'm just in it. Even sober I'm not thinking straight. Cause I'm off my face, in love with you. I'm out my head, so into you. And I don't know how you do it, but I'm forever ruined by you. Ooh.
And welcome back, everyone. You just heard Off My Face by Justin Bieber. It's a soft acoustic love song. He feels lost, but in the best way when he's with that girl. The song shows how love can change everything. It's about being completely drawn in by someone special. It's a quiet but powerful tribute to deep, life-changing love. And hello, we're live in the studio in Busan this Thursday afternoon. Welcome to Midday Mate, everyone. You're listening to us on BEFM 90.5 in Busan and 103.3 FM in the Gijang, Cheongwan, and Noksan areas. And I'm your host, Kimberly. Hello, hello. And now it is hour number 2. We're going to start with today's quote, a moment to pause during your busy day and reflect on a thought-provoking quote to soothe your mind. After that, we'll have bite-sized banter, a daily dose of lighthearted chatter on a new topic every day with Andrew. After bite-sized banter, we'll have Don't Make a Scene, where we learn real-life English expressions through movies and drama scenes. And then finally, we'll have Living Like a Local, New Culture? No problem. We've got tips to help you to live like a local here in Korea. And now, our question of the day and text topic, it is, when do the seasons feel different from your childhood? When do the seasons feel different from your childhood? 계절이 어릴 때랑 언제 다른 것 같다고 느끼나요? And I have an answer here from Manakdo Youngnim saying, hello, Kimberly, you felt the same way that I did. It feels like spring and autumn are becoming less noticeable, and summer and winter feel much longer. Yes, I feel the same way too. Also, one other difference I noticed is that summers seem hotter and winters seem colder, though I'm not sure if it's just my feeling. Don't worry, Manakdo Youngnim, I feel the same way. You know, I used to love winter. I didn't have to put on like a big parka jacket or anything, but now without a big jacket, I cannot step outside. It just makes my bones feel cold now for some reason. Up until 2 years ago, I was okay, but now it's getting colder for sure. And it's definitely getting hotter. I'm scared for the summer. So yeah, that air conditioning bill is going to be way up in the sky. So everyone, let me know your answer. Thank you, Manakdo Youngnim. The question again is, when do the seasons feel different from your childhood? 계절이 어릴 때랑 언제 다른 것 같다고 느끼나요? Go ahead and send in your answers by texting in pound 9050 or shop 9050, which will cost you 101. Or you can send a message through KakaoTalk. Search BEFM or 부산영어방송 in Korean. Add us and send in your messages for free. And we also do have our smartphone app. Search BEFM or 부산영어방송 in any of the app stores. You can listen to our programs and leave us comments after logging in. And now I'll be right back with today's quote after the song. Here is I Don't Think That I Like Her by Charlie Puth.
Get her name and get her number. Find out all of the things that we have in common. Never all the differences. Oh yeah. Meet her parents, meet her brother. Then she starts sleeping over the crib on weekends. Like a real relationship. Oh no. For me the stars are aligning, but for her it's bad timing. So she just can't be mine. She's so pretty and nice. So I make just one exception, but I find that eventually I'm not her type. Maybe that's the reason why. That for me the stars are aligning, but for her it's bad timing. So she just can't be mine. I don't think that I like her anymore. Yeah. 'Cause we're all the same. All they wanna do is break my heart, my heart.
welcome back. You just listened to I Don't Think That I Like Her by Charlie Puth. And now it's time for today's quote. A moment to pause during your busy day and reflect on a thought-provoking quote to soothe your mind. And today's quote is, "The climate is changing, and so must we." The climate is changing, and so must we. 기후는 변하고 있고 우리도 변해야 합니다. You know, when I first heard the phrase, "the climate is changing and so must we," it hit me in a pretty unexpected way. It's not just some dull warning, it's kind of like a challenge, an invitation to rethink how we live, act, and even think. Let's face it, the climate isn't waiting around for us to get our act together. It's out there, throwing wild tantrums, heat waves that just make us sweat like we're in the sauna, floods that seem to swallow whole neighborhoods, and storms that sound like nature's way of knocking on our doors. But here's a twist. This isn't just about melting ice caps or endangered polar bears, though trust me, they're part of the story. It's really about us. How we wake up every day, the choices we make, the habits we cling to, and the stuff we buy or toss away without a second thought. Now, changing climate is a fact, but changing ourselves, that's the real plot twist. Think about it. Imagine if we treated our planet like a friend who's having a tough time. Will we just keep ignoring their texts? Or will we step up, listen, and actually do something about it? The "we must change" part of today's quote isn't about turning everyone into eco-warriors overnight. It's about small, smart moves, like swapping out plastic bottle for a reusable one, or choosing to walk a little or bike a little more often, or maybe just paying a bit more attention to where your food comes from. Here's something fun to consider. What if climate action was actually cool? What if saving the planet was the new trend? The thing that everyone talks about at the dinner table, at work, or even at school? And guess what? It's already happening. From pop stars planting trees, to cities racing to build green spaces, to tech geeks inventing gadgets that clean the air, change is bubbling up everywhere. But, and this is a big but, we can't just wait for others to fix it. The climate is changing, sure, but that means we have to change too. Because if we don't, the consequences are not just numbers or headlines, they become our everyday reality. So today on Environment Day, think about that quote again. The climate is changing, and so must we. It's not a threat, okay? We're not, holding you by your neck. It's an invitation to be creative, to be bold, and to be the change that the planet really needs right now. So let's stop waiting for the perfect moment or the perfect person. The time is now, and the person is all of us. To be honest, I used to think that environmental issues were just too big for one person to really make a difference. Oh, me changing from a plastic bottle to a tumbler, is that really going to help the whole earth? I'm just this one person. I mean, how can my tiny daily habits possibly affect the whole planet? But that changed when something happened. A few years ago, I started bringing a tumbler to coffee shops instead of using disposable cups. And trust me, it wasn't an easy change. I would always forget it at home, and I didn't want to clean it, and I just got lazy sometimes too. But I kept being persistent. At first, yeah, it felt awkward, like I was being overly fussy. But then one of the baristas thanked me. They said, "Thank you for bringing in your tumbler today." That small moment stuck with me. It reminded me that even little changes can, send ripples. As we talked about earlier before, there is a ripple effect. People notice, and sometimes they follow your lead without you even trying. So even though I was one person, maybe someone else saw me using a tumbler and they started to use a tumbler also. Now, I try to stay mindful in simple ways, like carrying a tote bag instead of asking for plastic, or choosing local produce when I can. These things might seem minor, but over time they add up. More importantly, they shift my mindset. I start seeing the world not as something separate from me. It's something that I'm deeply connected to. That's what I think that the quote is really about. It's not about guilt or fear. It's about responsibility and opportunity, a chance to grow along with the changes around us and hopefully help shape a better future in the process. And I have a message here from Manakdo Yongnim saying, the environment we live in today is something we're borrowing from future generations. We're borrowing it. Therefore, we must use it carefully and keep it clean so we can return it to them in its original state. I love that mindset, Manakdo Yongnim. I never thought of it in that sense that we're borrowing today's environment for the later generation, but we really are, because we're not going to be using it all the time, right? We have to pass it on to the next generation so that they can also enjoy all 4 seasons. We don't want our next generation to only experience 2, summer and winter. So we want to make sure that we are taking care of it now as well. So we have lots of different things here that we need to consider. So we need to make sure that we're taking care of the world also. So again, on this Environment Day, please do this change. And we have another message. Oh, hello, Ponim. Ponim, I hope you're having a good day. And yes, I am also. And we also have Kim Hyunjanim saying that it's the first time that they're joining us. So thank you for coming in. So again, that was today's quote, everyone. The quote again is, the climate is changing and so must we. 기후는 변하고 있고 우리도 변해야 합니다. And with that, let's take a song break, everyone. Here is Supersonic from Is 9.
이른 아침에는 너무 뜨겁고 짜증만 타올라 툭 쉬어도 계속 목이 타지 그땐 불러봐 I'll be right there from now 911 calling 끈적인 sweater 짙은 도시 속 널 깨워낼 my siren I like that 너만 있다면 I'm okay 언제든 day and night Hit me up now my song delight Show me right now, you show me right now Supersonic, supersonic, Light my side Show me right now, you show me I'm supersonic Hit the sweat, 단숨에 세게 blow We got that, 이대로 go with the flow 달라진 온도철 설렘 overload 자 지금부터 뛰어들어 ready, set, you go Don't be worried, 뜨거운 열기 쏟아져버려 숨 죽여 Like that 언제 어디든 I'll be there 언제든 day and night Hit me up now talk delight Show me right now, you show me right now Supersonic, supersonic, Light my side Show me right now, you show me all supersonic 다시 또 여름이 다가오면 말하지 않아도 알 수 있어 지친 너를 구할 방법을 보여 길었던 day and night Hit me up now Show me right now, you show me right now Supersonic, supersonic, Don't deny Show me right
welcome back, listeners. You're listening to Midday Mate, and now it's time for Bite-Size Banter with Andrew.
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. I have something to show you.
What is
You
it?
called me out a few days ago about something.
Which is your wedding ring.
My wedding ring,
This was a week ago or
Yeah, a couple
so.
episodes ago or something like that, yeah.
Very nice. Do you wear it every day now?
No.
Oh, you
me
just
that
brought it today?
Yes. I remember when I was leaving the house. I actually was at the door and was like, do I have my keys, wallet, that stuff? And then I was like, I need to get my ring to show Kimbo.
Did you keep it in like a case, or was it just out somewhere collecting dust?
It's with my watches. So it's kind of in the same place.
That's good.
Yeah.
Watches, wow.
Oh, yeah, you need one for each day of the week.
Oh, really?
No. But I typically go through phases. Like the watch I'm wearing now. I got this maybe it was probably back in October or November, and I've been wearing it a lot since.
Oh.
It's very light compared to my other watches, which are a little bit heavier.
Ooh.
And yeah, unless I'm wearing something nice or like a suit. I don't wear a suit very often, but yeah, then maybe I wear a different watch.
I'm not a watch type of person. I don't think I'm an accessories type of person.
Oh, really?
Although I want them,
Yes.
but I don't think I would even wear them.
How about multiple rings?
No, just one.
Just your wedding ring? Yeah, it's funny. Like, I don't know, when it's women, I guess, because my wife has quite a few rings, like some thin ones, like the half finger ones,
yeah.
those ones. But when I see guys with like 5 or 6 rings on, initially I'm like, are you in a rock band? Or are you Johnny Depp?
Oh, he does have a lot of rings.
But I mean, that goes with his style.
That's true.
You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's one of those things where I don't know. I couldn't see myself. I think I wore like a thumb ring at one point in time.
Thumb ring?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, maybe. I think. I don't know. But yeah, I couldn't imagine wearing things like that. But accessories, I'm one of those people without a watch on, I feel kind of naked. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, like yesterday, when I left the house, I was to my car, and I was like, I don't have my watch on. But take too much time to go back to my car, or back to my house. Yeah.
Well,
anyway.
Don't lose your ring.
I won't.
You can't blame it on me later.
No, I'm going to wear it enough so I get a tan line there, and then everyone's like, woo, nice ring.
Ooh, very nice.
Yeah.
Well, what are we talking about today for bite-sized banter?
Talking about some heroes.
Heroes. I like superheroes.
Yes. Well, maybe not superheroes. Mm-hmm. National heroes.
National heroes.
National heroes. So, obviously you grew up in America.
Yes.
But you probably heard a lot about Korean history maybe when you were younger.
Yes.
All right. I did not. All right. I grew up in Canada. Mm-hmm. Both my parents, English and Irish background, so even didn't really learn too much about those countries. But anyway, we have national heroes that we hear about growing up.
Right.
All right. People that have made a difference in America, for you, maybe like George Washington. I'm sorry if I stole your answer.
No. That was good.
Or here in Korea, I think most people. I'll ask the question first before we start giving names.
Okay.
And then you give out the Korean.
All right.
What was the first story of a national hero you ever heard as a child?
So a national hero, everyone. 어릴 때 처음 들은 호국 영웅 이야기는 무엇인가요? So there are many national heroes. You were about to name a few, right?
Well, I was going to say for like Korean ones, right? And this would be like when I first arrived in Korea, I think I learned about this person before I learned about any like sports people or anything like that. And that would probably be Sejong Daewang.
That is so true. Yes.
Yeah, because actually when I arrived, it was like Chuseok time, and I don't think Hangulnal was a thing then, but everyone's so proud of the language in Korea.
That is so true.
Right? So, it was learn a lot about him. Also, the other inventions that he was involved with, or maybe he didn't necessarily make himself, but his crew did. So he kind of gets the label on there.
That's
which is,
true.
He was the king. That's what happens. All right. But yeah, so there's many others. What would be one for you, a Korean hero or an American one?
So I was thinking also King Sejong the Great also because when I first came to Korea, I went over to like Gwanghwamun and there's a big statue of him there too. So I was like, who is this man?
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, he created Hangul. I was like, oh.
Yeah, when I was walking behind it the very first time, or it was very distance away, I thought it was a big Buddha. Because it's gold. Like it's a golden color or the bronze color.
I think it's
kind
of bronze, yeah.
Yeah. So when I was far away, I was like, wow, that's an interesting. And I'm like, definitely not Buddha. Right? So, yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Another person I was thinking was Lee Sun-shin.
Ah, yes.
Lots of people know that name and because of his bravery during the Imjin War.
Yeah.
So that is another Korean one.
Yeah, you can actually go down in Yosu. If you go to Yosu, you can go on the boat. Busan.
Oh.
You can they have, it's not the real one. It's a replica. And you can go on it and you can kind of see how, the sailors or soldiers or whatnot were, underneath there and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. There's a whole big setup to it.
I totally missed that when I went there. Interesting.
When they had the expo, I think it was the expo in Yosu, they redid a bunch of stuff. So actually, it's not in the water now. I don't think. I think it's on land now, and you can go inside it.
Whoa, that's pretty cool to see how it was like before.
Yeah.
So this is a replicate.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. And also that whole area of Yosu is really cool to check out. It's on our list for day adventures in the next month or so.
Yosu 밤바다.
There she goes.
Anywho.
How about, are there any other Korean ones that pop in your head?
Korean?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna come clean.
Sure.
You know how you said that, since I'm Korean American, I must have learned about Korean history when I was younger.
Yeah.
I actually didn't. I minored in Korean in college, and that's when I started to learn about Korean
all right.
stuff. But
that's okay.
Yeah.
You're busy learning other things. Yeah.
But not for Korean. I have a different answer for this question.
Okay.
And it is Harriet Tubman.
Oh, okay, yes.
Ring any bells?
Yes. Well, because as a Canadian, what she took part in was also it led to a part of our history as well. Because, do you want to explain who she was?
So Harriet Tubman, when I was younger, I didn't fully really understand it because, we have her leading people to freedom through secret paths under the cover of night, right?
Yeah, the Underground Railroad.
Yes. So I was like, why is Harriet Tubman such a big deal?
Yeah.
I didn't understand. Like, she made everyone crawl and stuff.
Yeah.
But really, it was such a big thing. And, she wasn't just brave, but she was clever. And, it really opened my eyes early to the power of quiet strength, of how you can really lead a whole group of people.
I never actually looked at it like that, or maybe in those words, but I totally get what you mean, right? It also is the fact that she was a black woman at the time.
That's true.
Doing this, where she was literally putting her neck on the line. Because if she was caught doing this, she probably would have been killed herself.
That's true.
So when I say there was a part of it, like there's a part with Canada involved, is because many of those slaves that she took from the south to the north in the Underground Railroad, some of them many of them stayed in the northern part of the U.S., but some of them made it all the way to Canada as well.
I did not know that.
Free in that essence as well, yeah. For me, I would say, national heroes could also be, athletes, could be singers.
That's
anybody
true.
A lot of people would say in Korea, maybe like Bang Ki-moon for being part of the UN, all right, which is like the first Asian elected to that. So the head of the UN. Also, people might think like Park Ji-sung, or as of even recently, Son Heung-min or Kim Yuna, somebody like that. For me as a Canadian, one of the big ones is Terry Fox. Do you know who Terry Fox is?
No, I do not know.
So Terry Fox, he is a Canadian. He lost one of his legs to, I'm going to get the name right here. It is osteosarcoma. All right, so a type of cancer. So what he did, he had the Marathon of Hope, all right? So there you go, right there. We got some pictures, PDM on the ball. So he started in Newfoundland and was going to run across Canada, all right, for his Marathon of Hope, and then raise money the whole way across. This was in 1980, he started this Marathon of Hope.
Wow.
But you also have to realize that at that time, prosthetics were not what they are today.
Yes.
And he didn't have a lot of money to get research into making a fake leg essentially at the time so he could run. Today he would probably have one of those like blade things like the runners in the Olympics had at the time, right? So he did this, but he didn't make it all the way across. He died at the age of 22 in 1981. So it was before I was born, actually. And, every year in October, I believe it's October, they hold the Terry Fox Run, and it's pretty amazing. Yeah, so he's a hero not just for Canadians, but for, people across the world, and, for cancer research and bringing awareness to cancer. So, yeah.
Oh, that's really inspiring, too.
Yes.
You took this question in a totally different way than I thought of, but I really like your approach.
Sorry, September is the Terry Fox Run.
September.
Yeah, I had to search that, yeah. So around Labor Day weekend is when they usually do it. Yeah, so I think, but I like how you brought up, the Underground Railroad, and, it was such a difficult time in U.S. history, right? And to think about, we think of Harriet Tubman, Rosa Parks, these people who...
MLK.
Literally put their lives on the line to... make a difference,
right?
Which is pretty amazing. And then also, Terry Fox as well. He was a young kid, promising athlete, one of the best athletes in his school. Got diagnosed with this. He couldn't play basketball anymore, and he was like, "What's wrong with me? What's wrong with my leg?" They had to remove, half of his leg or just to above his knee. And then, so he went on to try to run across the country, and doing so gave hope to not just young people, but cancer survivors, people going through any kind of struggle across the country.
True motivation and inspiration to all. 100%. Wow. So listeners, what was the first story of a national hero you ever heard as a child? Go ahead and let us know. And Andrew, thank you so much. I will see you tomorrow.
Have a good one.
Bye. And welcome back, everyone. That was our segment for Bite Size Banter. And again, the question was, what was the first story of a national hero you ever heard as a child? And we have here a message from Benny Neem saying, for me, Jose Rizal, and we have a movie about him back in 1998, and General Antonio Luna. Oh, and hello, Inue Chunjongso님 coming into the show. Hello. I hope you're having a good Thursday so far. And Inue Chunjongso님 said, wow, there are so many amazing people in the world. I truly admire them. And we have another message here from Manakdo Younghanim saying, I don't remember which hero story I heard first, but the stories of heroes who fought for independence have stayed with me the most. People like Anjungun, Yu Kwan-sun, and Yun Bong-kil 등등. Yes, the Korean independence movement was something that we had lots of people, fight for our country, and they are also, stitched into us. So yes, thank you for all of your answers, everyone. What was the first story of a national hero that you ever heard as a child? Fun little history moment there with Andrew. And with that, everyone, let's take a song break. Here is Give a Little Bit by the Goo Goo Dolls.
Now's the time that we need to share. So send a smile. We're on our way back home. What you need, what you need, what you need. Yeah, come along, do what you need, what you need. Let me out, baby. What you need, what you need. Because I need to feel at home. What you need, what you need. Ooh, come along, too. Such a long ride. Come a long way. Ooh, sing it tonight.
You just heard Give a Little Bit by the Goo Goo Dolls. And now it's time for Don't Make a Scene, where we learn real-life English expressions through movies and drama scenes. And this week we're learning expressions from the movie Remember the Titans. Remember the Titans. And now that it's Thursday, hopefully everybody was able to watch the clip before today's show. But let's do a recap of what we have learned for those who are joining for the first time today. On Monday, we learned about the expression, back off, coach. Back off. This is a command that means step away, stop what you're doing, don't get involved. It's aggressive, defensive, and often used when someone feels challenged or doesn't want to be questioned. Back off, coach. On Tuesday, we learned about give him a piece of your mind. Give him a piece of your mind. This expression means to angrily tell someone exactly what you think, especially if they've done something wrong or unfair. It's a way to stand up for yourself or others by speaking your truth and sometimes with a strong tone. And yesterday we learned about the expression, you dig your own grave. You dig your own grave. This is a figurative warning. It means that your actions are leading to your downfall. And if you keep going the way that you're going to suffer the consequences, and it would have been all your fault. So for those who don't know this movie, we're talking about Remember the Titans. This was set during the early 1970s, and it is based on a true story of a high school football team dealing with racial integration. Through grit, discipline, and trust, Coach Boone and Coach Yost unites young men from different backgrounds into a single, powerful team. But the journey isn't easy. Tensions run high on and off the field, and leadership is tested every step of the way. So here, in our scene for today, it's a big football game. Coach Boone is giving direct, no-nonsense feedback to his player, Petey, who's feeling the pressure after being unfairly penalized multiple times during the game. Petey tries to explain himself, but Boone cuts him off. He's not interested in excuses. He fires back with intense focus and a powerful demand. Do you hear me? It's not a question, it's a command. Boone wants his player to know that listening isn't enough, and he needs him to internalize the message and act on it. So although today's expression is a question, do you hear me? It's not. This phrase is used to get someone's full attention, to make sure they're not just hearing your words, but really understanding the seriousness of what you're actually saying. It's often used when you're laying down rules, expectations, or urgent instructions. The tone is usually firm or even stern, especially when you want someone to stop making excuses or ignoring your message. In this case, he's saying, I'm not here to coddle you. I'm not here to, say, ooh, baby, it's okay. I need you to step up now. And this is serious. Do you hear me? So examples in daily life, from a parent to a child, you can say, you're not going outside until your homework is finished. Do you hear me? Meaning, do you understand? Do you get what I'm saying? Or a coach to a player, you can say, you're going to stick to your position no matter what. Do you hear me? Meaning you have to play your position and don't let the other player get past you. Do you hear me? Do you understand? Or a teacher to a student. There will be no cheating in my class whatsoever. Do you hear me? So as you can see, it's always from an adult figure to a younger person trying to tell them the way that it should be. A parent to a child, a coach to a player, or even a teacher to a student. It can also be used in softer situations, but still with emphasis. You can say something like, "You're going to get through this, okay? You're strong. Do you hear me?" So here, the tone is a lot softer, saying you're trying to encourage someone. "You're going to get through this. You're stronger than this. Do you hear me?" Making sure that they truly understand what you are saying. So, has there ever been a moment when someone had to snap you out of your head and say, "Do you hear me?" Did it wake you up? Did it push you to action? Sometimes the most important lessons come from someone who forces us to stop, look them in the eye, and listen. Really listen. Boon's message wasn't about perfection. It was about heart, discipline, and owning the moment of that football game. When someone says, "Do you hear me?" they're not just talking. They're handing you a challenge. The question is, are you ready to rise to it? And that was our expression for today's Don't Make a Scene. Do you hear me? And with that, everyone, let's take a song break. Here is Homeward Bound by Sabina Dumba.
Settle down, hear me now. Every time we up, then we drop down low. I run my mouth, you say I never ever seem to keep that close. You tell me no, I tell you yes. Why you think that mama always knows best? Tell me now, how you think we're ever gonna get back close? My life, my life, my life. And your life, your life, your life. They don't combine, combine, combine. Let's just save tomorrow. Since this love ain't good enough, I'm homeward bound, and it hurt so much that I'm homeward bound. Either way, we'll walk away. Maybe one day we'll talk again, but for now, no matter how, I can't pretend. Since this love ain't good enough, I'm homeward bound, and it hurt so much that I'm homeward bound. Either way, we'll walk away. Maybe one day we'll talk again, but for now, no matter how, I can't pretend. So I go home. So tell me when it began, crumbling. I'm not a kid no more. My daddy did more than he should now. What's that about? I trusted you, give you everything. It's been the more than you've ever been. Maybe it's time that we need to give. 'Cause my life, my life, my life. And your life, your life, your life. They don't combine, combine, combine. Let's just save tomorrow. Since this love ain't good enough, I'm homeward bound, and it hurt so much that I'm homeward bound. Either way, we'll walk away. Maybe one day we'll talk again, but for now, no matter how, I can't pretend. Since this love ain't good enough, I'm homeward bound, and it hurt so much that I'm homeward bound. Either way, we'll walk away. Maybe one day we'll talk again, but for now, no matter how, I can't pretend. So I go home. We will fall apart. Told you heart to heart, right back from the start. So I go home. Yeah, see, we fell apart. Told you heart to heart, right back from the start. So I go home. I trusted you, give you everything. It's been the more than you've ever been. Baby, it's time that you need to give. 'Cause since this love ain't good enough, I'm homeward bound, and it hurt so much that I'm homeward bound. Either way, we'll walk away. Maybe one day we'll talk again, but for now, no matter how, I can't pretend. Since this love ain't good enough, I'm homeward bound, and it hurts
And welcome back. You just listened to Homeward Bound by Sabina Demba. And now it's time for our segment titled Living Like a Local. So new culture, no problem. We've got tips to help you to live like a local. And it's always interesting to see what can be a bit of a shock, but don't worry. I'll share some personal stories of when I felt the same way and how I overcame those challenges to truly live like a local here in Korea. And now, I'm going to talk to you about something super cool that is only in Korea. And that is our airplane bus service in Korea. So it is something that you'll likely experience as soon as you land in Korea. Also, if you're visiting, it's the luxurious and efficient airport buses. So, one of the best kept secrets in Korea is the airport limousine bus service. These aren't your average shuttle buses. It's not like the bus that you ride here on the regular go every day. They're spacious, quiet, and incredibly comfortable. They have seats that often recline deeply, footrests, USB or wireless charging stations, and plenty of legroom. Some even have personal armrests and privacy shields where you can lift it up. They run regularly from Incheon or Gimhae airports to almost every neighborhood in major cities like Seoul and Busan. And the prices are usually around 10,000won to 18,000won or a little bit more for the more expensive ones, which is roughly from $8 to $15 USD. It's a stress-free way to travel, no dragging your luggage through the subway stations anymore. So we've had airport limousine buses before, and I remember when I got on one when I first came to Korea, I was like, this is a limousine bus? My seat wouldn't go back. It was just there, and there were many seats there that people had to sit. It felt a little bit cramped, but one thing I did like was that my carrier or luggage can go under. But then now we have these awesome airport limousine buses. It's like you're in business class all of a sudden. The walls can go up. You can recline your seat all the way down so that you're laying down 180 degrees. And it is so good. Have you ever ridden on one of these recently? My friend just came back from the States and she rode on an airport limousine bus. She showed me a whole video and I was like, wow, times have changed. It's gotten a lot better. But what about in the U.S.? The U.S., from where I'm from, airport transportation is usually limited to public buses, ride shares, airport trains, or expensive private shuttles. Some cities have airport express buses. Yeah, they do. But they often lack the comfort and convenience of Korea's airport buses. Most U.S. airport buses are basic transit buses. No reclining seats, no phone chargers, and limited space for luggage. In many cases, travelers opt for rental cars or taxis because public transport options just aren't that relaxing. So it's very different from being in Korea and in America. So we have 곽정장장님 saying, yeah, that's right. Busan's public transport is really convenient. Yes, definitely. And the airport limousine buses are awesome. So why does Korea do it better? Korea emphasizes efficiency and convenience in public transportation, especially for us travelers. With a dense population and world-class infrastructure, luxury bus services are both viable and in demand. The country also puts a premium on providing comfortable, high-tech services at an affordable price. You know, when we get off a plane, we often need to charge our phone because I don't know for you, but for me, I'm always on my phone because, some of the movies are old or I have already watched them and, so I like to download some, TV shows on my phone already. But then at the end of the airplane ride, my phone's at like 10% and I need a charger. But if I get on a taxi, they don't have a charger or he doesn't want me to charge my phone in his car. But these airport limousine buses, not only do they have the USB charges, but now they do have the ones that you can just put your phone on top. And it just charges with that without any wires. So it's awesome. And it's also great because you can lay down. You're stuffy and cramped up on the airplane, but then all of a sudden it's like business ride when you're on the bus going back home. So airport buses in Korea feel more like a VIP travel experience than public transportation. Once you try one, you'll never look at an airport travel the same way again. It's just another example of what it means to live like a local here in Korea. And I know that some international schools are going on summer break soon, this week and next week. So if you're going on to travel, go ahead and try out these airport limousine buses. So everyone, we are towards the end of the show. Our last question of the day again is, when do the seasons feel different from your childhood? I think we've overall talked about how it has changed because we feel like a lot of the seasons got shorter or some maybe longer, and it's just not the same anymore. But now, unfortunately, it is time to wrap up the show. Thank you, everyone, for joining me today. I had a great time. I was your host, Kimberly. And here is our last song, Nobody Knows by the Tony Rich Project. I hope you have a wonderful Thursday, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.
Told her how I feel. Maybe she'd be here right now. But instead, I pretended I'm glad you went away. These four walls closing more every day, and I'm dying inside, and nobody knows it but me. Like a clown, I put on a show. Pain is real, even if nobody knows. And I'm crying inside, and nobody knows it but me. Yeah. Why didn't I say the things I needed to say? How could I let my angel get away? Now my world is just tumbling down. I can say it so clearly, but you're nowhere around. The nights are lonely, the days are so sad, and I just keep thinking about the love that we had. And I'm missing you, and nobody knows it but me. I carry a smile when I'm broken in two, and I'm nobody without someone like you. I'm trembling inside, and nobody knows it but me. Yeah, yeah. I lie awake, it's 3:15. I'm screaming at night if I thought you'd hear me. Yeah, my heart is calling you, and nobody knows it but me. Well, how blue can I get? You could ask my heart. Run like a jigsaw puzzle, it's been torn all apart. A million words couldn't say just how I feel. A million years from now, you know that I'll be loving you still. The nights are lonely, days are so sad, so sad. I just keep thinking about the love that we had, and I'm missing you, and nobody knows it but me. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Nobody but me. Tomorrow morning, I'm hitting the dusty road. Gonna find you wherever you might go, and I'm gonna we had. Said I love. I'm missing you, but nobody knows it. The nights are lonely, you've been gone away. So sad. Said I've been missing you, babe. I just keep thinking about. I always thought that you'd be right by my side. Knows it, hey, nobody knows it. No, nobody but me. Yeah. The nights are lonely, the days are so sad, and I just keep thinking about the love that we had, and I'm missing you, and nobody knows it but me.